Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have our stuff going on.
Yeah.
We decorated for Halloween. Do you like it?
I love it. I love it.
Okay, very good. And you have a ghost on your head, though.
I do.
Yes. Our good friend Sharissa is here, and we're so happy to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're welcome anytime, because we have fun.
We do.
We just don't let your husband around.
No.
Yeah, or mine, because they're no fun.
No fun. Fun suckers.
Yes. No, we're just kidding. But no, we are going to talk about something that may help you all out today, and maybe with some employment opportunities and things like that.
Yes.
So we'll get to that in a second, but we first have a message, because if I don't play a message, Adrian gets mad at me, and he sicks the ghosts on me.
We don't want Adrian mad.
No, we do not. So I'll tell you what, we will be back with Sharissa, and we'll talk about Ohio Means Jobs and some other things that they have coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with Sharissa, and you are member of the team, I guess we would say, at Ohio Means Jobs.
Yes.
And it's so good to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yes. Yeah. And so let's talk about, first off, a little bit about like what you do and what Ohio Means Jobs is, because I think, it may be a resource that people don't know that they can utilize.
Yeah. So Ohio Means Jobs is a Department of Job and Family Services. So we're located in the Job and Family Services building.
Along with a whole lot of other people.
Yes. We have a lot of different entities in there right now.
Yes.
So Board of Elections is on the left-hand side of the rear of the building. We're on the right-hand side, Ohio Means Jobs.
Okay.
And Ohio Means Jobs is a connection between job seekers and employment. So we help both individuals and employers try to find the right candidates, the right resources.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are like matchmakers.
Yeah, well, we try to be. So our team is made up of, there's 5 of us.
Okay.
So we have 2 workforce specialists, and we have a youth opportunities coordinator, and we have an employment specialist. And then myself, I'm the supervisor of the department. And we help individuals of all ages, as low as 14 years old. And we can go to 100 if we need to.
Yeah.
But so what we do primarily, and why I'm here today, we are hosting an event next week for unemployed, underemployed, really there's no like stipulation on who can come. Anybody can come. We just felt the need in the community. There have been, some very large employers that have laid off or closed their doors. And we just want to provide the community with information of programs that have already existed.
Okay.
But that, they might be able to tap into now because of their situation. So with that being said, we offer help and assistance with training programs for in-demand fields. We also, a lot of like short-term credentials, we can help put somebody into that like avenue. Just really the possibilities are endless. As long as it is tied back to employment, we are able to assist.
Yeah. And that's what we love to hear, right?
Yes.
And there are, it has been a little bit of a downturn with employment, I think, around here. But we have so many opportunities that are up and coming that are going to be available for folks with, we have like a HERS plant opening and all of these other places around.
We are very fortunate. We have a lot of, big chains coming to Jackson.
It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing so much.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
And it has been. You turn on the national news, and I don't know if anybody's really been, here affected by it, but you see, all of these people, Amazon of
I
all,
know.
places laying people off. And, we do have some, with the paper plant and
Yeah.
all of that, that's been kind of a kick in the gut for people around here. But we do have so many great opportunities coming up. You have
We
to be
do.
so excited.
We do. And that's what, so like I said, these are all programs that have already existed. But when you've been in the workforce for 20 or 30 years and you've never had to look for employment, or you've not had to update your resume in that long.
Correct.
That
Or
is
never
hard.
had one,
That's
period.
hard to navigate. Yeah. You never
It's-
had to have one. So those are things that we've always done, that we do a very good job of doing. And we do it for free. So
Yeah.
even if you're not interested in, upskilling or going into a training program for a new credential, we can still assist you in other ways. We do a ton of resumes for people that have, like I said, that have never had to have one.
Listen, it's intimidating.
It is. And I know with AI and all that, it's, it can be you still have to have the human part in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Chat GPT, you can't do that all on your resume.
Well,
I guess you can.
Well,
but
you could, but I like to use Chat GPT to say, okay, how to nicely tell somebody that they're getting on my nerves.
I need better words for what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
That's what I use it for too.
Yeah.
And it makes you sound real smart.
Right. Or nicer.
Or nice. I love that. How can I nicely tell someone off?
Yes.
No.
How to nicely tell somebody where to go.
Yes. And it will help you with that.
It will.
Speaking of AI, I know that there are tons of opportunities out there right now within that field. So that's something that, maybe people could start thinking about pursuing.
Yeah. So when we're helping people, we use the grit assessment. I know you've had people from Grit on the show before.
Yes, yeah.
We actually use the grit assessment for our adult and our youth programs to help people, because some people really, they don't have a clue of what they are wanting to pursue.
I still don't want, I don't know.
I say that all the time.
I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
Right. So the possibilities are endless as far as that goes. We try to use that assessment to put people in positions where they will succeed self-sufficiently. Because, somebody that's coming in that wants to be a doctor, but they don't want to go to school. Well, that's not gonna work. You've got to go to medical school. So
for a long time.
So we do a lot of career counseling in the sense that, okay, what makes the most sense? If you never want to leave Jackson, you probably shouldn't be an aeronautical engineer. That's probably not going to work for you. I don't know if they offer that remote, but so we do.
You can't really work from home and do that.
Yeah,
I don't think.
So we do a lot of career counseling, just kind of helping people navigate through. Okay, these are your matches. What makes the most sense for your goals? If you don't have any aspiration of leaving here, then this is where we need to put our focus in. And then we also look at what currently is in demand in our area. What's in demand here isn't what's in demand, over the whole United States necessarily.
Or even in Columbus or Huntington or someone.
Right. So we take into account all of those things when we're working with an individual, and all of our services are individualized. You and I had talked about you're looking for line cooks. Well, that is something that, we are able to share on our social media, and we do have a very nice following for the community. And then we also, we have a job board in our OMJ Center that we share all of we call them top jobs for the area. And that, that is an in-demand position for the area.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nobody wants to go without their nugs from 6 cents.
Listen, all the nugs all the time.
All the time. All the time.
But no, so and that's why it is so important that you all exist and that people know that you exist. And this is how you follow. You can scan those QR codes,
Yeah.
and you can follow our local Ohio Means Jobs and find out what's going on there specifically. So that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about, let's break down some of the programs that you all offer, because while you're here, we may as well pick your brain on
Yeah.
some of the things that people might not know about.
Yeah. So we do, I'll start with the youth program. So ages 14 to 24. I know that kind of seems like a really broad age group.
Yeah.
But that is our CCMEP, and that stands for Comprehensive Case Management Program and Employment Program. Sorry, I left out the E. So what we do with that age group, primarily, we're working with students that have some sort of barrier, whether it be like they have like truancy, or maybe they have a disability. Maybe they are in a low-income family. Maybe they are parenting and they're in that age group.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have to have some sort of barrier, and we're able to assist them with work experience. So, you and I, we also talked off the air about a lot of individuals are lacking, and I know soft skills is not the correct term anymore. It's just skills that we're, as a human race, some people are lacking right now.
Right.
As far as like calling off and not showing up for work.
Just basic decency things that you should.
I feel like it's like decency skills.
Yeah, like being a good human skills.
Yeah. So those population of people that we work with are, they just need a little just extra help or extra assistance in getting to that next level, whether it be a training program, whether it be getting through high school.
For sure.
We are just an extra resource for, I say students, but it's anybody in that age population that just needs a little additional assistance. So in that age group, we can do like paid work experiences, and that's where we like to partner with employers. Employers are virtually, you have no cost in it because we pay the wages.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But you're taking a risk because you are working with a younger individual that might not have those skills, those decency skills that we're talking about, that they might not know that they're supposed to call you before their shift to tell you they can't come, or
honestly know how to pick up a broom and sweep. Like
right.
Some of the things that you just go past because you
just take for granted. You assume
that
people,
somebody knows how to mop, or that they know how to use a broom and a dustpan, or like you said, know that you're supposed to call if you can't come or you're going to be late.
Yeah. So in that program, we do lots of different things, but that's like the main one that kids are usually wanting assistance with, is they just need to brush up on their skills, because my stepdaughter, she's 15 and she just got her first job, and she doesn't have a resume to say like, I've done this, this, and this.
You have to start somewhere.
So, think about how hard that is for kids. So that's also something that we're able to help them with, is get them those skills and get them, just some additional things to add to their resume when the time is right.
Okay.
And it's the same thing. We are able to help with training at whatever point that they are interested in moving on to that step.
And you know what? Not to interrupt you, but sometimes you also find out what you don't want to do.
Right.
Which I think is super important for young folks.
Yeah. So
I want to be a nurse all my life. And then you go and you volunteer at a hospital or something. You're like, I can't do it. Yeah. I didn't know I couldn't do it.
That's what's so important about the work experience, and having interested employers to
Sure.
be able to give to kids, because for a long time, even with our other programs and our work activities, when we would send people out to work, you can't always send people to pick up trash, at the apartment buildings or, whatever it might be. That's not the point of these programs. It's to get them interested and excited about work.
Yeah.
Because we have to do it.
We have to do it.
We have to.
We kind of unless you're, one of those very few people that don't have to. We have to.
Yeah, it's kind of important for your livelihood.
Yeah, you kind of need to, pay bills and eat and stuff.
I do. I don't know about the rest of the free world. But yeah. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very important that employers are willing to take that chance.
Sure.
With us, we have a good amount, but we're always looking for employers, like different types of employers that we can, showcase to our kids. Like, would you be interested in this? Because this is a in-demand field in our area.
Sure.
But so from there, that age group is 14 to 24. Then we have the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, and sometimes it is referred to as WIOA or WIOA. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know. So Innovation Opportunity Act, WIOA, WIOA. That is from ages 18 and up, and that's anybody. You do not have to have a child for that program. A lot of our program, I'm just going to put that little caveat in. A lot of our programs, you'll hear me say, like, have to have a child or to live in a house with a child. That's
really,
yeah.
Okay.
Some programs, you do have to have a child, but for this program, you do not. So you can be 18 and not really have a clue. Maybe right after graduation, you went to work anywhere, and you just decided, like, this isn't for me. I want to.
You found out what you didn't want to do.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to be a nurse. That's something we can, we're very keen on, like, short-term, easy to attain credentials. So,
Sure.
we're trying to get people as quickly and as efficiently as possible into self-sustainable employment. So I say nursing because it's something that it's a great in-demand field.
You're not kidding.
That we can quickly, help somebody gain employment. And so along with that career counseling that we talked about, these are all services that any of our programs are provided. But along with that career counseling, so then we can also help individuals, pay for that training. So that is something that's
helpful.
Yes. Now, and this is always based on available funding. And I'm sure, everybody is sick of hearing about it, but the federal shutdown is a real thing. And, it's something that at this point, except for our food assistance program, all of our other programs are operating as normal. But, if it goes on any longer, it's something that is very serious. And
I think this federal shutdown, everyone goes, yeah. Unless you're personally affected by it,
right.
You don't care, nor do you really know what's happening.
And so just with that, I'll put a little plug in for Jackson County alone. The message has already been out there that no food assistance will be received at this point.
Because of that.
Over $1 million is what this community will lose in not having the assistance. So those programs that aren't going, something else is going to have to suffer because they're not getting that supplemental income.
We're talking about paying bills, and we're talking about, heat, and we're talking about food, and
so with that,
like basic human necessities.
And so with that, that's kind of a segue into another program that we have, and that is called PRC. It's the Prevention, Retention, and Contingency Program. Again, that is a program that is not affected at this point, but if it continues, I don't know if like down the pike it could be affected. But with that program, that is a program that we can help with non-reoccurring short-term assistance. So maybe somebody needs help paying their rent for the month. Maybe maybe they need help paying their electric bill or a water bill or something that is a necessity that, the event that has happened is not receiving the food assistance. We can't provide assistance for the food per se, but we could help in other areas so that they could free up some money to pay for food. Yeah, with that program, you do have to have a child. I just want to make sure I just want to make sure that I throw that out there.
If you don't have one real quick. But no, sometimes stuff happens and something catastrophic could happen one month that you just need a boost.
Yeah.
That's what that's
and
about.
that's what that program is for.
Okay.
And you don't necessarily have to be working for that assistance. Maybe you're down on your luck right now. You're unemployed and you don't have a job. We are still able to assist with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's something else that people don't really understand about the program is you don't necessarily have to be employed. Now, if you are employed, there are other work supports that we can help provide. But anybody that has a child that is suffering from maybe a special event has happened and somebody in the house has been in the hospital and you haven't had the income that you are used to having, that's something that we can help with so long as there is a child.
In the house.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And that seems very fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is, PRC is funded under the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. That's TANF. And
wow.
A lot of acronyms. And right now, TANF money is not affected by the government shutdown. Kind of like Social Security. It's still, people are still receiving their Social Security. And again, I don't know how long. I mean, gosh, I hope that there's a message that the federal shutdown has ended.
I mean, come
when
on.
I leave here.
Congress, get your stuff together. Yeah. Quit acting like 2-year-olds and figure it out.
Right.
We all have to.
Right. All of these people, like just our community alone, like that, when I heard that number this morning.
That is terrifying.
It is.
That's $1 million not bouncing around within our community.
That is what is
the economy.
That is what is so scary.
Because that trickles down real fast.
Yeah. Yep.
To everything.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yes. Very scary. Very scary.
Well, what are, yeah, that is terrifying. So what are some of the things, tell us some good stories about somebody that maybe came into your office and you were like, oh, this is like the best story ever.
So we have a story going on right now. We had a girl, the single mom. She had applied for cash and food assistance. Her significant other had left her, kind of a bad situation.
Sure. You hear that all the time, right?
Yes. And when I say bad situation, like domestic violence situation.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And so for our work support programs, like for cash or food assistance, when there's domestic violence involved, the activities that are required to gain those assistance, you don't have to do those because, you're in a special situation where, we don't want to put you in an environment where you could potentially, man or woman, you could potentially be in
hurt,
that. Yes. So this individual, she was adamant, no, I want to better my child's life, and touch with our employment specialist. She is in nursing school right now. She is still receiving assistance, to supplement her income until she's finished with school. But she is in nursing school. She's thriving. And I mean, it's just, she has not finished yet. But the amount of, she could have very easily said, I don't have to do anything but sit at home, collect my benefits, and I don't have to go to work. I don't have to better myself. But she put herself in a position where she knew that this was the only way for her and her child to, really succeed.
Well, she's choosing to control her situation
Yes.
instead of
letting it control her.
Yeah. And depending on somebody else.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yes. And so
that's strength though.
She's not finished yet, but she's thriving, and and that's something else. So being involved in that work program, we are able to help her with gas money back and forth. So like people think, I don't have the time. I don't have the resources. I can't afford the gas to get back and forth, or childcare. Childcare is a real issue in this community, but
it is.
It is. But we are able to assist, and we don't have any like special advocating for or special spots at any of the child care centers in Jackson. But she thought because of childcare that she might not be able to do it. But my thing is, when you live in a community like this, very few are not surrounded by family. You make work what you want to make work, whether it be for work, whether it be for education, whether it be for fun.
It may not be easy.
It's not. And
if it were easy, everyone would do it, right?
Absolutely. So that is something, those are sometimes hard conversations we have with people. But, if you're able to get a babysitter to go out on Friday night, you can get a babysitter to go to school.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she is one that has, she's made her stuff work. And like I said, she'll be done, I believe, in June. I think she's doing the LPN program at Buckeye Hill. So like,
how exciting.
It is so exciting. It is so exciting. Another success, we also, a lot of people that are laid off, we have a program that they get a notice, they come into our office and they do a one-on-one with our employment specialist.
Sure.
Well, in that one-on-one, she offers the chance to go back to school or go back for a new credential or training. We just had an individual that completed his CDL training. And
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and some people might hear like, oh, CDL, like how is that in demand? I mean, do you not look?
Let's see. School bus drivers, truck drivers.
So many.
The possibilities are endless for
this
that
area, and the amount of self-made family-owned businesses.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they're always looking for good, honest people. And so CDL training is probably one of our most popular. A lot of people from Destiny Truck Academy in Wellston, they send a lot of the office people, they will send people to us that, might not have, because it's over $5,000 to do that, to complete that training. So that is something that we are able to assist with also.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so why is his name eluded me? Doug.
Yes, Doug.
Yes. So Doug actually bet me one time. Well, actually, we didn't bet, but I was down filming them doing some training at one point, and he actually said, "I'm going to have you driving a truck." And I was like, there is no flipping way I am driving a semi-truck. Yes. He taught me how to do it. Oh, it was so cool.
That's so cool.
And, but that being said, number one, he's like, okay, now we're going to back up. And you immediately go, well, what's behind you?
Yeah. You got to use those mirrors.
What's behind you is a great big trailer that you can't see behind you. So you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to back up.
No.
But, so my point to that is that the truck drivers are, God bless them, because it is a very, very difficult occupation. And people don't look out for them. People are rude. And you have to kind of like to drive. I have a friend that he's driven truck he loves to drive.
Yeah.
He just loves it.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, you're weird, but cool.
Yes. And that's what's so unique about what we're able to do is, people wouldn't otherwise know, like, oh, you couldn't help me do that? Like,
Right.
yeah. And so
like, I never thought, how would I know how to drive a semi truck?
Yeah.
But I got to do it.
It's
fun.
So we don't actually do the instructing, obviously, but we are able to put people in touch with the right resources that they need to complete those things. And that's what's so exciting about what we do. Something different. Every individual is different. And like our employers, our services for individuals, it's the same thing. We don't do it's not cookie cutter. We're trying to make sure that we're meeting people where they're at.
A lot of times too, you're thinking outside. You have to think outside the box.
Absolutely. Like how can we make this work in your world? And we try to make all of those things happen for people.
That is so cool. So is it appropriate for like employers to contact you as well as people seeking employment?
Absolutely. We are always trying to find new ways to engage with employers. And I think a lot of times our services get lost in translation.
Okay.
For years it was, call Job and Family, have them send me workers. Well, that's not really a thing. We don't just send you people. We don't have a list that we're like, oh, okay, let's send so-and-so and so-and-so here today. So back in the day, for different programs, for food assistance, for cash assistance, and I don't say back in the day, it's still happening, but part of your requirement for receiving that assistance was you had to complete a work activity. So you might be sent to an employer to work essentially for your benefit.
That makes sense.
Or
that's fair, I feel like.
Or employers sometimes think that, I need you to, I want you to do a training and pay wages. Those are all things that when appropriate and when necessary, those are things that we can assist with. But we don't do that all the time. It's not something, we don't have like an overflowing pot. If we did, we would help lots of all of our employers, because our employers, are what make our community thrive. But we are, like I said, we really try to understand what all it is that an employer is needing, and then try to tailor our services, what we are able to do for your needs. And sometimes it's not maybe anything that we can do, but it's a resource that we can connect you with.
Exactly.
And that's the fun thing about, I love my job because I don't do, I said our services aren't cookie cutter. I don't do the same thing every day.
Sure.
I get to do something one day or 1 minute, and then the next minute I'm bouncing to something else. And that's kind of my personality. I'm kind of wired and high strung, and so it just works. But that's what we're passionate about, is just making sure that our employers understand we're here for you, for your support. We might not always be able to give you money to do the things that you're asking for,
right,
but we are able to connect you to the right people or the right resources that could potentially.
Yes. Get you going on the right path.
Yes.
For sure.
Employers and individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. And that's
hence
amazing.
The name of our event, Career Pathways.
Yay! I love how that all comes full circle.
Yes. So yes, that's going to be next Wednesday at the Ohio Means Jobs office. And for anybody that didn't hear me before, we are located in the Job and Family Services building at the rear entrance. We are the right-hand side of the building door. It says Ohio Means Jobs on it.
Do you have a green awning also, or is that just the Board of Elections?
I believe it's black now.
Okay.
I do. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's black. So the phone number, if you have any questions, you can call me directly, or you can call the Ohio Means Job Center. But we are happy to, if you're unsure, I had an individual reach out to me via email. I think on the flyer, my email's on there. And she reached out and she, just had some questions like, I don't know if this is right for me. And honestly, we're looking at this event like there is no wrong person. If you're an employer and you're looking for a line cook, you might meet somebody there that,
sure,
hey, let me give you a chance. You just don't know. I always,
there are so many fun stories about people that you think, oh, this person is not going to work out, that end up being rock stars.
Like going back to AI, like the human connection that like some people are lacking. And that's why, some people are like, why are you at 5:00? Like that's a prime time. Well, we're hoping that even people that are maybe employed right now, that they feel like, oh, I'm lacking something.
Sure.
We're hoping that we're trying to reach anyone or that is interested in some sort of service. When we first started planning, we were really targeting those individuals that were getting laid off or losing their jobs from those larger employers that are outside of our county.
Sure.
But as it has progressed and as we get closer and with the federal shutdown, we really feel like, there really there isn't a wrong door. There's lots of things that we can, even if we can't provide it, we can give people resources that, they can possibly gain something out of.
Sure. And I mean, kind of think of this event as like maybe even a meet and greet.
Absolutely. You never know.
You don't.
You really don't. You just never know who you're going to meet that might get you to that next level.
Or you meet somebody that they have a cousin that, is looking for a job, or, you just never,
you really don't
ever know.
You really don't.
How it is. And let's just be honest. We are all human beings, and we're all, the good Lord made every single one of us different, because what a boring world it would be if we were all the same.
Oh my gosh.
But sometimes you just don't mesh well with people.
Right.
Certain people. Or sometimes you really mesh well with certain people. So to your point, this is a great opportunity in person to get to meet some people.
Yep. And if anything, maybe you'll just add some people to your corner.
Right?
Maybe you're not ready. Like the individual that contacted me via email, maybe you're not ready to take that plunge, but you might come and hear, different stories or different ideas of what could be. And maybe in a year from now, you are reminded of something that brings you back to our office.
Sure.
But like I said, these are programs that already exist. These are not any new programs that we've created because of this. They've always existed. We just want to make sure we're doing our community justice and letting them know, we're here to assist in these times. Again, it's not always going to be as simple as, here, we can pay this bill for you. You might not have any kids, but let us help you navigate through this time.
Sure.
And let us get you in touch with the right people to get you to, where you're wanting to get.
Absolutely. And so that's what it's funny, we have the health department come in. You're here today. I think of you all as I call you the concierge of whatever, the health department. If you're having an issue, you have no idea where to turn. You call the health department first.
Right.
They'll get you in the right direction. That's what they do.
Right.
Same with you. If you need assistance, if you need help with employment or you're confused, you don't know where to turn.
Yes, absolutely.
Call Sharissa. She'll help you.
Absolutely. Yes.
Or at least get you in the right direction.
Yes. No wrong door.
Yeah. So Ohio Means Jobs, is that a statewide
So
kind of deal?
Ohio Means Jobs, so some counties are combined, but every county is represented through Ohio Means Jobs.
Okay.
So out of 88 counties, I think there are 82 Ohio Means Jobs. So not very many are combined.
Gotcha.
So if you see South Central, that's Ross, Hocking, and Benton County. They're combined.
Okay.
Jackson County's a standalone, and I mean standalone county. Some are housed under community action. Some are housed under JFS. And like I said in the beginning, we are a Department of Job and Family Services. We are in the same building.
Okay.
So, we're all employed by the same people. It's not like we're a different entity. But with that Ohio Means Jobs logo, that is very workforce driven.
Yes.
And that is what my team is. We are, we see a lot of people come through our OMJ that need help with unemployment, just applying and accessing those benefits, even though we are not employed by unemployment. We always tell people we are in the employment business. Yes, we are passionate about getting people into not jobs, but careers that they love and that they are passionate about.
And listen, they didn't make all of this stuff easy, I guess, for a reason. But, even filing for unemployment, sometimes you're just in a transition period and you aren't starting your new job for a month. So, yes,
I mean,
do you need that unemployment?
Yes. I was going to say, not a lot of people can afford to, miss one paycheck, let alone a month.
Exactly.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
And like I said, our team does a very good job. My team is the best. I always say we're the best team ever. But they are very, very knowledgeable, and they do their own research. We receive guidance, but they always go a step above and beyond for all of our clients. And
love that.
Yeah.
That's
and
great.
So we can do as minimal as just walking somebody through the steps on applying, and as much as, we've helped individuals send all their information in to prove their identity, because identity theft was a big thing there for a while with unemployment.
Yeah.
We've sat on the phone on hold for hours waiting for a customer service rep to get to us to understand, why a person's benefits are not being given.
Sure.
So we are instructed to provide meaningful assistance to unemployment customers, but my team goes above and beyond for that, and I am very thankful. And I'm thankful that our director, Tammy Osborne Smith, and our assistant director,
awesome.
Tracy Hughes, they're very supportive, and they know that we're trying to provide the best possible care to our customers.
Sure, absolutely. Thus, running back to the event that you have coming up.
Yes.
So let's throw that up there one more time, Adrian, if you would, and kind of go over the details of that.
Yeah. So we will have several staff at this event to navigate anybody that's maybe they need help applying for Medicaid, or maybe they need help applying for food assistance or cash assistance, assuming, people can still apply for food assistance even though it's not being distributed right now. But we will have individuals in the building at this event for pretty much any program that we have.
Awesome.
So even if you're not interested in maybe taking that next step in your career, but maybe you have a question about your child support, or maybe you have a question about your Medicaid, make sure you stop in.
Okay.
And, the event is planned to be very informal. So, if people have questions and we just have like an open discussion the whole time, that's what we'll do. We just want to be able to provide what the community needs.
Love that. Absolutely. And go see Sharissa. She's
Yes.
sweet.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you.
Contrary to what your husband says,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No.
That's a whole inside joke.
Yeah.
No, I think that's amazing. Thank you for doing what you do. It's very important, and you probably don't ever get thanked. So.
Oh, no. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I do have one other plug. Our foster care Christmas party is coming up.
Okay.
And so Jenny Swisher heads that event. Any community business partner that would be interested, we host this event for our foster care kids. And we do heavily rely on donations for that. So anybody that would be interested in contributing to that, please don't hesitate to contact our office, and we'll get you in touch with Jenny, and she can put you in the right track.
Love that. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yep.
Do-gooding.
Yes.
We should do
for
it
the
year
kids.
round.
For the kids.
Yeah, it's all for the kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Sharissa, thank you so much for coming in. And
thank you for having me.
Thank you for hosting the event. So
yes.
That's going to be a good one.
Next Wednesday.
So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, Pete Wilson just walked in the door and he has a stack full of news, I believe. Looks like a pretty thick stack today. So we have another message and then we'll be back with Pete and some news.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, The Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back with Pete Wilson and, of course, the news. And Pete now has a ghost on his head.
Oh my! This is intimidating here.
I know.
I really didn't believe in ghosts until now, but there they are. So
right on.
Actually, I want to amend that just in case there are any spirits around. I'm open-minded about
You're
it.
friendly.
I'm open-minded about it.
Yes.
I thought Casper was cool when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're bad. Then I saw Poltergeist. So.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other story.
Right. All right. Well, anyway, I guess one of the breaking stories that we can tell you about, Jeremiah Shaver was on the scene this morning. He heard about it and took a drive over to Wellston. As we speak, demolition is going on at the former site of the Machia's Diner. There it is at 906 South Pennsylvania Avenue. Now, that photo was maybe an hour ago, so it's probably pretty much on the ground. They can do it quickly. Remember, that was a diner, Brooklyn Mullins, young lady. It was her dream to have, an old 50s style diner.
Yep.
And it was going very well. It opened in August of 2024. Unfortunately, a fire ripped through the restaurant in December of that year. I remember I was there on the scene when that fire occurred, and it was so sad.
So sad.
You see the family members standing alongside, seeing their dream go up in smoke.
Literally.
And I know that they had hoped to maybe rebuild, but the damage was just too much.
Sure.
And it ended up getting condemned. And the land bank has come along, and that's one of their many projects that they have done here in the past couple of years. As a matter of fact, there's about 9 of them going on in Wellston now in this last group. And this is a significant one, of course, because it's commercial property.
Yep.
And it will remain in the ownership of Brooklyn Mullins or Brooklyn's family. And it will probably be marketed. They have no plans to, rebuild on that site with the restaurant, with all that they had to go through and all that. But anyway, we will be reporting on that on our various platforms, and you just saw a kind of a sneak peek at the demolition when it was well underway. John Stabler, who kind of handles that department for the Jackson County Economic Development Partnership under Sam Brady, does a lot of the land bank stuff, oversees that. He was actually on the scene this morning there. Gotcha. And got some information from him. All right. Don't know whether did Sharissa mention about the SNAP?
She did.
Okay. Well, we just
a
got
little bit.
We just got a news release from Tammy Osborne Smith, the director, which we're going to be posting very soon. And really didn't have time to look at it carefully, but was kind of addressing the situation. We actually had a front page story in Wednesday's paper about the situation. I think everybody has heard about the federal government shutdown. And to them, that may be 500 miles away in Washington, D.C., where there's local impacts that have happened. And the biggest one, without a doubt, is going to be people not being able to get their SNAP benefits. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, but SNAP, much easier to say, a word, an acronym. And a lot of folks qualify for this. It is the successor to the food stamps program. Now, what you have to understand with the income levels the way they are, this is just not for folks who aren't working. This is for folks who are working but who qualify. As a matter of fact,
yes,
21% of Jackson County residents receive SNAP benefits directly or through their family. 21%, better than 1 in 5. $1 million plus every month comes in from the federal government, I think through the state, for SNAP. Now, not only do these folks count on this, to their food, but think about the money that they will not have to spend on top of that. Kind of like a secondary effect.
It's money that's not going into our economy.
Right, exactly. The circulating dollar is very important. The ripple effect of whatever. So we do have a story on the front page of the paper about the basic situation. And there's things going on behind the scene. Of course, in Washington, there's been votes to reopen the government, and they can't agree on how to do that.
Yep.
So
because they're children.
So it will. It's November the 1st is when this would be affected, and so that's Saturday, I think, right? So the last thing I heard was that if something happens, it may not be until next week. But this is such a scary thing for the folks that are affected directly affected by this. And I know that there's already been some churches and other organizations that are planning or plan to do something to try to fill the gap there. And we'll be reporting on those things, as much as we can, and as much information that gets to us. So
stay tuned to find out how to help if you can.
If you're out there, an organization, a business, a nonprofit entity, a club, whatever. If you're planning on doing anything to try to help, our residents that are affected by this, please let us know here at Total Media, the Telegram, and we will help get that word out on how you can receive help if you're in the situation of not having these SNAP benefits, which you count on to be able to buy food. All right, from the law enforcement front, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office is investigating a breaking and entering that occurred over the weekend at Jackson Area Ministries.
Okay, that's the lowest of the low.
There is Jackson Area Ministries located on McKittrick Avenue. That's just outside of Jackson and Lick Township. So this is a sheriff's office case.
Wow.
They work, their office schedule, I believe, is Monday through Thursday. And so when they came back on Monday, this was discovered. So it happened sometime, Thursday evening through the early hours of Monday. And they whoever it was, the suspect or suspects, there was no sign of forced entry. So they either had a key or the door was left unlocked, one or the others. They came in a back way, it looked like. And what did they do? $150 in cash, a laptop computer, a portable hot water heater. They took a key to the post office box. They took 2 keys to the front door of the building, 260 postage stamps. They were also in the kitchen area, and they opened a box of M&Ms and left part of them there, had some M&Ms while they were there. And a lighter was located in an office inside, which did not belong to any employee, may have been dropped by the suspect or suspects.
Okay.
Now, with all that they took there was thousands of dollars worth of tools in the building too, worth more than anything that was taken that was left behind. So
Weird.
don't know what happened there, what they were looking for, but that investigation is underway by the sheriff's office. They've done some swabbing for potential DNA on the M&M box and the lighter, and we'll see where that goes. But that is under investigation by the sheriff's office. Okay, one thing we want to tell you about, this was a front page story in Wednesday's paper as well. I think it was such a great story. I got to personally cover this myself. But last Saturday at the Joseph Freeman Post of the American Legion, that serves Wilkesville, but it's actually outside Wilkesville in Meigs County. The Wilkesville Fire Department and the Salem Township Fire Department in Meigs County honored Ray Midkiff. Ray Midkiff is a firefighter for both departments, and he is 91 years old. 91. I'll repeat that.
Awesome.
That is him holding up a plaque, one of the many honors that he got. He's still going at it. Now, he is not real active on going out on the rounds, but his name is still on the rolls, and he has no plans to retire. He wants to help however he can. So
That's awesome.
that was a really feel-good moments there. But has been on the Wilkesville Fire Department for 50 years, I think it is, and the Salem Township Fire Department that he later became, that he's still chief of, came along a little bit, but he never stopped Wilkesville. Salem Township chief, Wilkesville, a veteran firefighter, and a lot of folks had some nice things to say to him. He is known as Baby Ray and Daddy O.
Okay.
And he is very, very much respected and revered. And, his fellow firefighters, other government officials, friends, family, they all said thank you to him on Saturday. That was a neat story. So much enjoyed writing that. That's on the front page of the paper, today's paper. Some other timely things to tell you about. The Jackson County Engineer's Office announced late yesterday afternoon that the bridges on Maybe Carn Road, there was 2 of them that they were replacing. That's a little township road, but people are affected. Both of those bridge jobs are done, and that road is open again as of late yesterday afternoon. Okay, tonight will be the second town hall meeting that the city of Wellston is holding regarding their street levy. Street levy is on the ballot in the November 4 election, less than a week away now. And one of the tax levies that's on the ballot in the county, and this one particularly is just the city, is for an additional street levy. I think when Mayor Brenner was in here, he talked about the need for street paving, and they do have a little bit of money for it, but not nearly enough to do what is done. So they hope that this 3 mil levy will kind of fill the gap needed for an extended program of 5 years and beyond to do the streets in Wellston, along with the money they already have.
Yeah, he said if this levy doesn't pass, it's going to be a long, long time before.
Right.
the
So
streets get
when
paved.
people go to the polls, this is obviously their choice because there's other issues
Yeah, it's up
involved.
to
Your pocketbook and all like that. But that town hall meeting starts at 5:00. It will be at the Wellston City Council chambers. This is the second one they've had. Didn't have much of an attendance at the first one, but this is a chance to ask questions, learn about it, and, make a decision, put in a bid if you want, hey, I live on here in this street, bad, whatever, or you want to hear the justification for it. The city employees or Mayor Brenner and whoever else will be there to represent the city will explain what they hope to achieve and why they put that levy on the ballot. And, people who live in Wellston have a decision to make because there is an impact either way. There will either be money for street paving or there won't be enough for street paving.
Yes.
You'll have to decide what your preference is on that. MacArthur Village Council will meet tonight. I'm telling you that because this is not a regular meeting night. They have some important decisions to make as they head towards the end of the year. That will be at the MacArthur Firefighters Mingle Hall at 6:00 this evening. Of course, also this evening, the Jackson High School soccer team is playing Dover in the regional semifinal game. This is new territory. Jackson, a soccer team there, pictured there. Adrian's got them up. The boys soccer team for Jackson High School in one time in school history has been to the regional semifinals. This team is the second. They earned that by defeating Fairfield Union and Gallia Academy in the 2 district games.
Yep.
The second one was at Logan, so they're at the same site. Dover is a small town off Interstate 77, north of Zanesville, probably a town much like Jackson. So that should be a good matchup. Now, the winner of this game tonight between Jackson and Dover will play the winner of the other regional semifinal game in this region, and that would be either Bishop Watterson or Columbus DeSales. So they are playing somewhere else tonight, I think.
Okay.
And the regional championship game, even though they've not announced a site and they have not announced a time, it would be on Sunday, believe it or not.
Oh, weird.
That's what's on the bracket. So,
Okay.
So unless my eyes are betraying me, that's just wanted to give you a heads up of where this might go if the Ironmen win tonight. Of course, we'll be covering that game. Red Thompson Jr. will be there whether it's raining or not.
Okay.
All right.
And where was that game being held?
At Chieftain Stadium, Logan
In
High
Logan,
School. So
okay.
this one is at Logan. The next one will probably be someplace else.
Sure.
But this one is at Logan. So Jackson fans do not have that far to travel.
No.
A good hour up the road there, 93 or 32, 33, whichever way you want to go.
Yep.
All right. Early in-person voting continues at the Jackson County Board of Elections today through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. So you can go in the morning before work if you start at 8 o'clock or whatever, or you can go after work up to 7:30, and then on Saturday 8 a.m. to 4, and on Sunday 1 p.m. to 5. And if you don't get it done, then you either got to do it absentee or in person at the polls on Tuesday, which is how we all used to do it.
Yep.
All right, see, what else do we have to tell? Well, we're 10:02. I'm running out of time, but I got to tell. I know there's something else in here I got to tell you. Oh, yeah, this. The Oak Hill Library is going to have a fun time tonight. They are having what they call a harvest party and a haunted library tour.
Ooh,
how about
fun.
that? And, they've modeled this, designed this for the kids, so it's free. It's going to be at 6 p.m. tonight. It's recommended for children ages 8 and up, and as I said, it was free. There will be treats, of course, treats, a Halloween costume contest, tours of the haunted library, and much more. The library is located on South Front Street in Oak Hill. Don't see anything about registration, so just show up tonight.
Just have some fun.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you, Pete.
Very good.
All right. Well, if you haven't looked outside, it's definitely a little on the rainy side today, so try to stay dry as much as you can, and we'll be right back here tomorrow. Thank you to Sharissa, and thank you, Pete, for stopping by, and we'll see you then. So have a great day. Bye-bye.